It's 2023, the year of soaring growth for Ethereum Layer 2 networks. I'm talking Polygon, Loopring, Arbitrum, Optimism, Immutable X, Zkswap, Skale, and the list goes on and on. The values are soaring, the technology is evolving, and everyone is pumped, except they forgot to tell you one minor little detail. Layer 2s suck. Everything about them sucks. They're a giant sucking sound of Ethereum whirling down the toilet. And I'll show you exactly why. But better yet, I'll show you the answer to this disaster. Aloha again, guys. David here from Crypto Tutorials, and today I am gonna ruffle some feathers. Yep, I've tried and tested many Layer 2 protocols, and I'm here to explain exactly why each of them are destined to individually fail, but more importantly, why the whole concept of Layer 2 protocols is a bad joke. But this video is definitely not a bad joke, so I'd appreciate it if you tap on the like and subscribe buttons. Many thanks. All right, so let's get started with the biggest and most obvious reason. Problem number one. Layer 2s are an obnoxious roadblock to using cryptocurrency. Look, to move from using Ethereum to Arbitrum, a Layer 2 protocol, you have to go to the Arbitrum bridge, decide how many tokens you want to bridge over, enter them and wait. Then you get back bridge tokens. Now you can go spend them, and any tokens you don't spend are orphaned in a new currency. To think that this is ever going to lead to mainstream adoption of cryptocurrency is absurd. Just imagine you go into the store to buy something with your debit card, and the cashier says, well, Visa's really busy today, so it's going to cost you $100 in fees to make that purchase. No way, right? Oh, but she has a solution. A Layer 2 debit card. All you have to do is open a new online account in India, transfer your dollars over to rupees, just the amount that you want to spend. Then the transaction is going to be cheap. But of course, any change you get back is going to stay orphaned in this new currency. No. Any normal person is going to realize that this is not an acceptable headache. But everybody in crypto somehow thinks that the masses are just going to flood on in to use these Layer 2 tokens, even though they run exactly like this. Not a chance. And I'm just getting started on these problems. Problem number two, Layer 2s destroy composability. Look, composability refers to the freedom to use Ethereum all over the place. You can use an ETH token on OpenSea, Zkswap, and Aave. But once you move to an L2, you completely lose this ability. It's like any merchant you want to purchase from is going to need a new credit card reader to take an L2 transaction. Oh, and the Arbitrum reader will be different from the ZK Sync reader. Each Layer 2 protocol is different and they're not interoperable. So now you're stuck with a bunch of different L2 tokens that don't actually work together. Do you see why normal people are never going to accept this? Oh, and by the way, next time someone tells you how great these Layer 2s are, find out if they've actually used them. The answer is probably not. I'll tell you, I have, but only to get in line for the airdrops, which are coming. So if you want to make some easy money off of all of this, get some free tokens, I'm going to show you how at getmyfreecrypto.com, where I have an airdrop masterclass that'll teach you how to join in on these for free. Because while none of this is financial advice, I will tell you there is no way I'd ever put money in a Layer 2 as an investment, but I'm happy to take it out as free tokens. Okay, on to problem number three. Layer 2s create a whole new mess of security and privacy problems. Look, users are going to have to research which is a safe Layer 2 and which one isn't before onboarding any of their money. The Layer 2s each have different consensus protocols that may or may not function correctly, and every decentralized application has to update their code with this new chain, all of which create vulnerabilities that hackers love. You know what else hackers love? They love bridges. These are the most exploited parts of any blockchain. $2.5 billion stolen for bridges last year alone, and Layer 2s create lots of extra bridges. And finally, number four, they all shard the network, which destroys atomic composability. Now, this is kind of a technical thing that most people don't understand, but I'm going to try to make it really, really simple, okay? Okay, so when a single node on a network stores all of the data for the entire blockchain, you can run a single transaction on one block and interact with multiple smart contracts. All right, so an example of this would be an arbitrageur. He's got his little program out here running all the time, searching for any discrepancies he can find in prices on sites like Uniswap or Sushi Swap And all the time it's scanning. As soon as it finds any of these transactions that are out of alignment, it goes over here to Aave and borrows some tokens. Then it takes those tokens up to Uniswap, makes an exchange, brings them back, and returns them to Aave. And the special thing is, it does this all inside one block. By doing this all inside one block, he can borrow lots and lots of tokens for a tiny interest rate because there's no risk to Aave. Since it's all happening in this one block, either everything happens here and the money gets returned to Aave, or it never even gets borrowed and the whole transaction gets scrapped. Thus, the borrower and the lender are both protected. But when you shard a network like Layer 2's Do, all of this goes out the window. And while that might seem like a small thing, it turns out that over 69% of Ethereum transactions use 3 or more smart contracts. So by moving to a Layer 2, you are literally breaking apart one of the core things that makes crypto so special. Do you get it now? Layer 2s suck. But I get it. So do sky-high gas fees. So do congested networks. So what's the answer? Well, there's a small handful of protocols that saw this problem. They realized that in order to go mainstream, a blockchain has to be secure, scalable, and fast. ICP, Sui, and Aptos are all trying to tackle these problems, but none are as elegant as Radix. Now, Radix has been built from the ground up to handle real-world, large-scale, decentralized finance. It is ultra-fast, infinitely scalable, incredibly secure, easy to code, and user-friendly. Are you ready to see the future of Web3? I'm talking about the blockchain your parents are going to be using a few years from now. Then you want to click up here and let's get started.